back, Bling Squad. Welcome back to another video. So thank you guys for continuing to join this journey. If you are new to this channel, please go ahead and hit the notification bell and be sure to subscribe. That way you know when new videos drop. To those of you who are regular subscribers and you have been on this journey with me, thank you so much for continuing to follow. Today is another update. As you see, as you know now, I have now experienced pregnancy and, unfortunately, pregnancy loss number 6. So I'm going to get straight into it. Before I do though, again, to those of you who are new, this channel focuses mainly on my trying to conceive journey. And I just want to remind you that, everything we talk about is more so on the sensitive side. It talks and deals with trying to conceive, secondary infertility. And with the word secondary being stated, that means, yes, I do have a child. I have a 10-year-old daughter. And from time to time, you all will see her on this channel. So just keep that in mind if that is something a little sensitive for you, because I understand some people cannot have kids or, haven't had kids yet, and that can be sensitive. Just keep that in mind. I have separated my videos into playlists to try to, keep the ones with her separately. FYI, she is not in this video today. So let's get into it. My 6th pregnancy and miscarriage. So if you've been keeping up with my videos, you know by now that last month I did get pregnant, and I got pregnant in February, and last month I had my 5th miscarriage. So with that stated, again, if you know my story, you understand that I was told that I have a blood clotting disorder, and once I decided to get pregnant again, I needed to get on Lovenox and continue taking a baby aspirin, which I did. And so this pregnancy, I just knew everything was going to be fine. Everything was going to be great. I was going to carry to full term. If you watch the clip all the way through to at the end of that clip, you saw that I had a big, beautiful, puffed out belly. Now, of course, majority of it was, just gas and bloating. But I looked pretty big. I was moving along. If everything was correct and the dates were right, and unfortunately at this time we'll never know, but if everything was right, I was about 6 weeks pregnant. Finally, it was, so exciting. Finally, I got to 6 weeks. I've never made it that far, so I was just really, really excited. But unfortunately, 6 weeks and what we assumed one day, I did start to spot. As always with my losses, it started out very, very light and it got heavier, which made me ultimately decide I need to go to urgent care. Like majority of my losses, I was at work, just living life, doing my thing, assuming everything was all right, because it was thus far. And I felt it. The feeling you get, ladies, when you feel like your period is about to come. You feel really, really heavy down there, and then you start feeling the blood coming out. Yeah, I felt all of that. So I didn't want to panic. I didn't want to freak out. I calmly took a bathroom break and nothing came out. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just feeling stuff. But then when I looked down in my underwear, sure enough, there was 2 or 3 little spots. And then when I wiped, I saw it and I knew immediately. But I tried. I'm going to be honest. This time I tried. I was like, no. Maybe I'm earlier than I think. Because remember, again, if you've been watching, I actually miscarried in March. So now it's April. We're not sure how far along I was. So therefore, maybe I was just having some implantation bleeding. and, you know, things were going to be okay. But I decided to still call the doctor just in case. Of course, as it's always been in my situation, they had no open available appointments. So I was actually told to go to urgent care. Go to urgent care, and they're just like, yeah, let's take your blood, let's do some blood tests, then we'll do an ultrasound. So at this point, I already know the deal. They're going to do the blood work first. Finally, my HCG comes back. So here's how it goes. On about April 7th, my HCG was about 135 and some change. On April 9th, my HCG shot up to 255 and change. And the doctor was happy with that. She was pleased. She said it had been rising the way it should. Everything looked good. On April 16th, when I went to the ER, my HCG levels rose all the way to 4,430. So I'm definitely pregnant. If you know anything about pregnancy and ultrasounds, you know that in order to see anything on an ultrasound, your HCG has to be between 1,500 to 2,000, right? Somewhere in that area. Well, what did I just tell you guys? My HCG was 4,430, right? So with all that, we're definitely pregnant. Of course, they made me take urine to test it. Yes, that pregnancy test came out positive as well. So now I have a pregnancy test that's positive, and I have a blood pregnancy test that's positive, right? I go back to get an ultrasound, and the tech is just kind of like, but keep in mind, they're not allowed to tell us any information. So of course she doesn't give me anything. I too have seen ultrasound so many times at this point that I'm looking at my uterus like, what the, but again, I'm waiting for the doctor. Now, once the results came back, I was sitting waiting. And to kind of give you guys a time frame, let me tell you guys, I got into the ER about 11:30ish a.m. I did not get out of the ER until after 4 p.m. And here is why. When that ultrasound report came back, the doctor stated to me that she wanted to be as thorough as possible, that she went as far as to message the OB, because remember, she's an emergency or urgent care doctor, so she's not completely versed in what's going on, right? She doesn't know my history, that's number one, and she's not completely versed in all that's going on. She has a little information, you know, she knows what she's doing to an extent, but she wanted to make sure. She actually told me herself she had to message the OB because she was stunned and really was not sure what was going on. The reason she was not sure what was going on, you guys, is because my ultrasound showed nothing. Like, no sac, no baby, no heartbeat, nothing. How much did I say my HCG rose to? 4,430. Now with this, you're thinking, oh shoot, you're having an ectopic pregnancy. No. She looked at my tubes as well. My tubes were clear. What the heck? Like, what happened? What? I don't know. Nobody knows. Only thing I can think, and it finally hit me on Sunday out of the blue, is that what possibly occurred is that I got pregnant in February, right? Miscarried very early March. I found out I was pregnant February 22nd. Miscarried March 2nd. So it was a very short period of time. I literally, within 2 to 3 weeks of miscarrying, got pregnant again. So what I believe happened is that I did get pregnant, but that pregnancy did not progress and develop the way it should. And in my research, I found that if you have what's called a PUL, or pregnancy of unknown location, at times your body could have already started to absorb the pregnancies, I guess you could say the products of conception is what they call it, or the products of pregnancy. It could start to absorb it already. And so my body continued to make the HCG to support a pregnancy, because ding, 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 I did have a fertilized egg in me, and it was supposed to develop, but that didn't happen. So with my HCG rising as high as it did, the spotting started to occur, because my body's like, wait, yeah, no, there's no developing pregnancy, and yeah, we need to get this out. So I started to bleed, like I should have, like my body should do, because it started to expel the lining of my uterus. Because they even told me my endometrium lining, or the lining of your uterus, it is thick, and that usually represents a pregnancy. So I had the high HCG, I had the thickened lining. It's just that the pregnancy didn't develop. That's what I believe happened. That's the only thing that I can reassure myself and make, any kind of sense of this. And I believe that all of this happened because I literally just miscarried a few weeks ago. My body had not had the time to heal and get back to normal that it needed. Keep in mind, I've had now 6 miscarriages. So before this miscarriage, I already had 5 under my belt. One being just 1 month before I got pregnant again. So I believe that is what happened. I believe that's how this crazy situation occurred, to stun the urgent care OB and to practically stun everybody who has seen me thus far, because I've seen 2 different OBs, and now I'm on my way to go see a specialist. And of course, she has gotten up to date with all that's going on, and even she herself couldn't really give me a definitive explanation of what exactly could have happened. So just through prayer and through Google research, I kind of just put together that pregnancy just did not develop the way that it should. Now, of course, in my last pregnancy, I told you guys, I'm not giving up. I'm going to push through. But at this time, I'm still deciding not to give up. However, what I will be doing is taking a break. I'm taking a break from my job, because I do need a moment to process everything. I need a moment to heal. My body is doing some crazy things right now, which is understandable. I literally just miscarried again, like after miscarrying just a month before. So my body is out of whack. My hormones are out of whack. Everything needs time to heal. And again, if you guys have been following my story, you know that I've never taken off time from work. I've always miscarried while working. I've just pushed through, because especially Black women, that's what women do, right? We just push through. We got this. We can handle it. No. My last miscarriage, I took 2 weeks for myself from work. Not even a full 2 weeks, like 9 days. I didn't get to the point where I needed FMLA. And I told myself this time, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take the time that I need. I am going to get to know me again. I'm not going to worry about work. I'm not going to worry about responsibilities. And I'm going to take self-care and really, really look into me and what I need and what I want. And really sit down with a specialist. Once I, do a little self-care and loving on myself, I'm going to sit down with a specialist, and I'm going to really try to figure this thing out. Yes, specialists cost money. Yes, these things take time, but I'm really going to put a big effort into it. As you guys know, once it was determined that I had a blood clotting disorder, that was it. Okay, I got a blood clotting disorder. I'm just going to take Lovenox and aspirin and I'll be fine. And we didn't go any further. But this time, we're going to, as they say, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, go through this thing with a fine-tooth comb. And I will definitely take you all along on this journey, because this journey is clearly not over. There are some things that still need to be dealt with, and I am going to make it my mission to do so. Even if it's found that I could never carry to term, I really want to look into myself and see what other issues may be out there, because who knows, documenting this journey and finding out these issues may help someone else along the way. It may help someone else figure out, okay, well, Laura did this, and that. Maybe I should do the same. So I did get in touch with a reproductive endocrinologist, and we are going to do more testing. I will update you all as those tests and procedures come up. I'll let you all know what's going on, and we are going to continue on this journey together until we figure it out. And again, even if I am never able to carry to full term, which I highly doubt will happen, I do believe that there will be something more found. I will still go on this journey and make it my mission to share it with you all, so that way, again, someone out there watching this may be able to use it and help themselves. So Bling Squad, as we always say, the journey continues. Continue to follow me on this journey, and I will continue to update you all. Until another video, see you later, squad.